Well, this video is a little bit of a struggle for me because I am extremely tired. I got up this morning and I decided to go ahead and get ready for the day, which I don't normally do. I normally stay in my PJs um, because I don't usually leave my house and to go meet people and do things. So today I actually went and met somebody for lunch, and I did it because this person is more of a like-minded person, meaning that if I say at the last minute, hey, I can't come, I'm not well, they're not going to be upset. They understand, and people say they understand, and they have all good intentions behind it. But if you haven't yet, you might notice in the future, and if you don't, that's great. Um, that since my illness has taken me to the extent, I can't even think right now, I'm so tired, but I said I was going to do this video, so I'm trying to get it done. So what has happened is that I had a life, right? And I was social and I went places. I took it all for granted, I'm going to tell you, because I never really thought I'd be in this position now, and never thought this was even a position because I never had it, which means that now, from then to now, I don't have an abundance of friends. That I have acquaintances. I have people in my life that I see here and there, but people don't invite me anymore to places or to go out because they can't count on me. They can't count on that I'm going to show up to go to that art festival they've been looking forward to going to, or in another event. You know how Facebook has those events and people are interested and things like that. I can't say I'm going to go. I can't say that I'll be there. And I know that that's why they have that button interested or whatever. But, your friends, when they want to spend time with you and go do something, they not only want to go spend time with you, but they want to go to the event that they're choosing to go to also. So after so many times of me saying in a row, which is understandable, hey, I can't come, hey, I'm not well, hey, because I'll go for weeks where I can't do nothing. I can't count on leaving my house. I am sick. I don't feel well. And it's not Misty got sick and came down with something that's going around. It's that I'm fatigued to the point where I can't think straight. I don't want to even be standing. I let alone have a great outgoing attitude. I don't have any energies to, transfer back and forth into conversations. Um, so today I went with somebody that, from what I understood, they had somewhat of a background like mine. And it took a lot out of me. It did. It didn't give me energy. It didn't, it's not like I just left, an amazing time of worship and I got all this energy and this word and I'm raring to go. It's not like that. But it's okay. It doesn't mean it has to be bad. I don't, my perception of what is going on doesn't have to be like it used to be. My perception of how it used to be was that I would come home and I'd be in bed right now. I would have given up on the day. I would have had a pretty lousy attitude, and I would just give in to how my body's feeling, which is all of those things, but I'm just not willing to do it. So I'm just coming on to tell you that, there's different types of people. I mean, my family's included in that. I have only a couple people in my family that really get me. Some people give me part time. Some people consider me a lot. But that doesn't mean that they still want to invite me somewhere that most likely I won't be coming to. I mean, I've missed very important dates. I've missed my grandchildren's dates, their birthdays, and they're not just grandchildren that I see and I'm not connected to. And I mean, I'm really connected to some of the ones I've missed recently. So y'all are seeing me on a mild day that's turning into fatigue. Um, I really can't think clearly. I don't feel like I have a lot of energy at all. And I have these heat flashes that are coming over me like I used to get when I had Hodgkin's lymphoma. And I get the sweats and real bad, and I don't, I just don't feel good. I just don't feel good. And there's a lot of things that are in my head that I wanted to come home and do and achieve, and I'm not going to do any of them. So now I'm fighting that battle now too. But talking about it helps, and that's why I'm doing this channel, because I'm able to come on and tell y'all what I'm going through, what's happening, where I started out with, how I progressed to this point, because, just to give you a little back insight that I didn't want to accept this diagnosis, because I had just got done with chemotherapy and being sick. I tried to go back to work, and it just wasn't happening. So therefore, now it's the battle with Social Security, because I have an invisible illness and they can't see it. They don't live with me. They don't know what I go through. So it's, it is what it is. And I mean, I went all over the state of Florida looking for a diagnosis of something else. I just felt like they just threw this on me because it was the easiest thing to do to deal with me after what I've been through already. And so I just have to find some acceptance in it, and I am through processing time, just one day at a time, being in the moment, knowing that I don't have to think about tomorrow. I'm just needing to get through today. And I don't want to look back and think like, oh, I really wasted that time having a negative attitude and bringing people down around me. And I move so much because I'm really having a hard time just standing on my feet right now, and sitting kills my back and my hips. And so anyways, the good news is that in a couple hours, I'm going to be somewhere that I'm going to be listening to blues music through a couple that have a testimony, and it's a marriage night out for my husband and I. If it wasn't for that, I would not be going. And I'm telling you, it's taken everything I have right now to go. I don't want to go. I want to go, but I don't want to go. And I'm sure that y'all can understand that. So anyways, I just said that I was going to quickly do this video. I hate to even post this video because it's not like this cheerful, high energy thing. Just remember that we have friends, we have acquaintances, and we have to change some relationships as our illness goes along. It's important to find like-minded people. Maybe start a meeting in your area, that you get enough help that when you can't go because of your illness, other people can show up and support each other. And I'm not talking about a gripe session. I'm talking about we have a story that we can relate to. That's why I always kind of try to give something from the beginning of my testimony on each video, so that you guys know that, I can relate to you. However, I'm trying to start a channel that we're talking about staying in the solution, staying positive, even if that's all we can hang on to, is telling myself I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give into this feeling of hopelessness. I'm not going to give up into this feeling of I'm so tired, I'm just going to go to bed right now. I'm not going to screw up my sleep time over what could be depression. I never know what it's going to be. I never know what's going to happen. I never know what this body's going to give me. But I do know that I got to keep my head in the game. And my friends are my friends. They're not my identity. They're not, they're not going through what I'm going through. I can't expect them to understand. But the people that have in the past made me feel like I don't count, I'm useless, or, get over it kind of attitude, they're not in my world anymore. I had to let it go. I had to let that go because, and since then, and putting good stuff in my head, like, I'm going to reach for it. I'm reading this right now, and hold on. Yep, I'm reading this. It's the Gospel of Peace, heavy duty book. No, it's actually very thin. See how thin that is? Good book. And of course, I'm reading the Word, and that's what I'm doing. That's what I got to do. And if people don't like hearing it, I'm sorry that you don't like hearing it. Tune out. It's okay. But I live it, so you're not going to hear a bunch of scriptures out of me on this channel. You're not going to hear any religion out of me, because I have a spiritual walk with God, not a religious one. I have a relationship, and that is different, and it does count. So, but I am very real. I'll tell you when I'm not well. I'll tell you when I am doing great. I'll tell you any questions you have that are decent questions, and not disrespectful. I will answer them. But this channel is to help each other, support each other, and encourage each other. So right now, I didn't really talk about everything I wanted to say, but I gotta go. And I've got to go and chill out for a while before I try to go to this blues event at my church. Okay? See you later.